Hi everyone, it's Moonlight Mason, and in this video we are reading TRISHA Paytas' book, The History of My Insanity. This is going to be chapter 2. So if you're new to this channel, I'm Moonlight Mason, and I used to do a ton of videos on TRISHA Paytas, but then I just got frustrated and I felt like I was more upset than happy. Just in my general life, it was just really spilling over. So with all of the shenanigans, I am well aware, like I said in video 1, of all of the drama that's going on now. And I thought we would just go to the beginning, where usually a lot of our drama and traumatic emotional disorders begin in childhood. So this is her first book. This is her second book, The Stripper's Diaries, Chapter 2, Junior High Hell by TRISHA Paytas, verbatim. Kids are cruel. Everyone gets bullied and everyone gets made fun of. Junior high consisted of 3 magical years of being tormented as the insecure Trish. My insecurities began in the 6th grade. Gym class. We had swimming as part of the curriculum. I remember walking out in my one-piecer and everyone snorting, making piggy noises. I was so confused. I wasn't sure why they were doing this. My weight wasn't an issue in my mind at the time. I was about 5 feet tall, and I distinctly remember weighing 100 pounds even. I didn't think that was that big. I didn't really grasp the concept of the word fat at the time. I didn't. I was so unaware of the piggy noises. It didn't bother me until later that week when this kid, we'll call him D, asked our hometown teacher, "Why is Trish allowed in the classroom? She's too fat and she could be with the pigs outside." That's a horrible thing if someone said that, but I don't know about that. I don't know. That's what she says someone said. It's just really bad. I remember feeling the sting of this as my teacher sort of gasped and paused at what he said, and the other children laughed. I knew it was embarrassing, but again, I didn't understand. Why me? I wasn't the skinniest girl, but again, I didn't understand. We are talking the Midwest here. I mean, half the kids in my class were definitely 2 times my size. This went on through the 6th grade. D and his friends would say stuff about my rolls, then about my hairy legs and my hairy lip. In gym class, I was the last one picked. At this point, I was still fighting for acceptance. My mom would take me shopping at Limited 2, where all the popular girls shopped. And my dad even paid for a limo to take me to the lip sync contest at our Hollywood Carnival. When word spread my dad was renting me a limo for the event, a couple of girls agreed to be in my lip sync group, where I was Britney Spears and they were my backups. It was fun and I felt like a star because I knew I was a good entertainer. It all felt good until the following Monday at school. Everyone started saying how gross I was in my red latex jumpsuit, and girls in the 8th grade made fun of me on the bus for being a terrible dancer, and most of them just classified me as too weird to talk to. Ay, pobrecita. I think between the limos, my big hair, and my random trips to California, people in this small town were afraid. People fear the unknown, and I was about unknown as they came. And you still are, Trisha. It's exactly the same thing. You're as unknown as they come, girl. And that's what's happening right now. No one ever heard of a girl taking off to go to book singing in LA or to go to an acting class in Hollywood. I came back from my trips with pictures of me on Hollywood Boulevard or swimming in the winter at the beach. It made the parents talk, and in turn, it made the kids talk. So see, talk, talk, talk. Everybody's talking about Trisha. What has changed? It didn't help either that my relatives lived in the same town. My mom has always had issues with her sisters. Well, yeah, especially since one of them had an affair with her husband, right? I think they were always jealous of my mother. My aunts were heavy and my mom was always skinny. So that's a perception, right? My mom actually got out of the small town for a while she married my dad. I think they thought of her as a black sheep, which in turn made my siblings and me black sheep. To who? Oh, to her relatives. Of course, my cousins caught on to the drama and didn't make things any easier for me at school. For some reason, my brother was always able to make friends pretty easily. I don't know if it was because he was more reserved and didn't push people's buttons the way I did, but I was just never able to make friends. And you know, from seeing pictures and knowing what I know, I think the reason she wasn't able to make friends is because of how she dressed, the things that she said to, you know, the classmates about, you know, how to seduce teachers and all of that. The other girls were afraid of her because her mentality was sexual. And that's what she brought into elementary school and now into junior high school. And some of these girls were still very innocent. 7th grade. See, we're talking 7th grade, you guys. She's talking about 7th grade. This is what I'm saying. That's why you don't have friends in 7th grade if you're going to go to school looking like, you know, in the 7th grade. I'm going to say it. You're going to go to school looking like a hooker in the 7th grade. You look like a sex worker. If you want me to be more political, well, of course, your other, peers are going to say, what the scoop, and the parents too. Of course, everyone's talking. Can you imagine my mom? No, Jesus, my mother. Oh, 7th grade came and went. New fat jokes, same old kids. Okay, we're talking about 7th grade. Britney Spears really had hit at this time, and she was everything I wanted to be. Young, beautiful, blonde, and adored by millions. She was my idol. I loved how she dressed, how she talked, and her makeup. She was like a living, breathing doll. I wanted to be just like her, though I was still trying to fit in, still dressing in limited to, and going to high school football games. Okay? I think the final straw of wanting to fit in came at the end of my 7th year. Cheerleading tryouts were taking place. I wanted to try out because I wanted to be popular. Be like Kelly Kapowski in Saved by the Bell, wear the uniform and have attention on me. I tried out and I didn't make it. The most horrifying thing wasn't that I didn't make it. It was at school when all the girls were talking about how fat my legs looked in my spandex shorts. They all wore shorts called softs, but I wore spandex because the softs rode up on me. It mortified me to the point that I had my dad's friend, who was a doctor, write me a note to get out of gym class for a month. The rest of the year I had to fake injuries or sicknesses to avoid running laps and being seen in these shorts. The summer between my 7th and 8th grade years, Nick dropped over 50 pounds and grew about 6 inches. I didn't lose weight, but I started to find myself that summer in California. I shopped at stores exclusive to California, which gave me the feeling of superiority. That feeling that I was better than what people saw. I am better than most people because I have dreams and I'm not going to let anyone tell me I can't achieve them. It was during this transition that I decided I wanted to be an entertainer. You will notice me. You will see that I am special. This was also the summer that stepdad number 2 left and then came back and then left again. He was a violent drunk, and my mom confided in me multiple times that she was scared of him. Stepdad number 2 abused my mom both mentally and physically, and I was constantly worried that something would happen. And I was constantly worried that something would happen to my girls while I was away. Her girls, I guess, I don't know. I think she meant, and she was. I'm not sure what she meant. Okay, let's try that. Let's do that over. Stepdad number 2 was an alcoholic, and I remember being so frightened of coming home and him harming my sister or mom. He was a violent drunk, and my mom confided in me multiple times that she was scared of him. Stepdad number 2 abused my mom both mentally and physically, and I was constantly worried that something would happen to my girls while I was away. I think she meant that her mother was constantly worried. Because her mother. Hopefully, he left the second time that summer, however, when he left the second time that summer, my mom assured me it was for good and that she was not going back to him. I was relieved, and I told her I secretly wished her and my dad would work things out. When that summer was over, my dad came back a week or so before school started to visit us again. And I remember my mom asking my dad at the front door to work things out. My dad denied her, and it confused me. I'm sure it hurt her. Why wouldn't he try? Why wouldn't he try for us? For the sake of us getting to see him every day. That hurt. He had the opportunity to be with us every day, and he just didn't want it. I took it as a personal attack on me. The second strong feeling of being unwanted. My brother later confessed he felt abandoned in a sense, and that my mom finding all these new guys made him feel that he wasn't good enough as the man of the house. For the record, my brother watched my little sister and me all the time. My mom worked 3, sometimes 4 jobs throughout our time growing up. I gave my brother a lot of credit for taking care of myself. I know he worried a lot about us, and I know his issues add up as high as mine. Pretty sure he's insane as well. He just has a way of making it better than I do. I love you, Nick. I don't know about her putting in there, pretty sure he's insane as well. We know nothing about Nick. Nick wants to keep private, and we will, honor that. And most people have honored his privacy wishes, socially. Anyways, 8th grade was upon us. That was the year of sex bomb Trish. 8th grade. I wore heavy eyeliner, cheetah print pants, different colored hair, and my mom's water bras. I wanted attention, and I was going to get it. My mom was back with stepdad number 2 after my dad's rejection, and my dad had his girlfriend who was obviously more important than us kids in Illinois. My brother had sports, and my sister had her dad within miles of her. Where was Trisha's spot in the world? It wasn't cheerleading or sports. It was performing. It was getting attention. Lies? Perhaps I told stories of being an extra in movies like The Big Green or Home Alone 2. I told stories of getting plastic surgery and meeting celebrities. I have to say my knack for meeting my idols always did impress me. The previous summer, I had convinced my dad to take me to Las Vegas to meet Donny Osmond. Mission accomplished. I had about 10 copies of that picture of Donny Osmond and me, and I put them inside my pencil case, inside my locker, on my notebooks. I think the lie I told about how I met Danny was that my mom had dated him. I can't really recall because the truth was my dad splurged for 2 meet and greet passes, just me and my dad. And you know, Trisha, that truth alone, that your dad splurged for 2 passes to go to Vegas for you to meet Donny Osmond would have been superior to the lie that you told that your mom dated Donny Osmond. That's just crazy. Anyone who gets to meet a celebrity, that would have been it. You didn't have to lie, but she admits that she lied. Why? Why? That doesn't make any sense. I tried out for my school play and got the lead role, a character named Dutch. I think the play was called Sam Spade and the Shrew. I had all the lines, and even though kids still snickered about the way I looked and dressed, I remember one popular girl, we'll call her Z, commented at the end of the school performance, "Trisha was absolutely amazing." It tickled me so much. People were nice to me when the school play was happening, and they saw me in a different light. I liked the attention. I liked people liking me for doing something impressive. Am I too close? God. Okay. Impressive. I also liked the attention my water bras were getting me. Not from boys in my grade, but from my teachers. My male teachers always gave me hugs in the morning, and even my gym teacher hugged me, and I was terrible at gym. I eventually started wearing double bras, and pretty soon I didn't have to do any homework. I got extra credit for staying in I got extra credit for staying in during recess and helping clean boards and all that fun stuff. Female teachers were a different story. Of course they were, Trisha. They're concerned about you. Of course female teachers were a different story. I had one, not that that excuses anything that a male teacher would do, okay? I had one female guidance counselor who literally laughed in my face when I told her I wanted to move to LA to pursue entertainment. She told me that wasn't a job and nobody made money from doing that. You've got to love small-minded America. It's not just small-minded America, Trisha, it's everybody. My parents did the same thing to me when I was 5 years old and I looked at the TV and I told my mom I wanted to be an actress and be inside the TV. What do you think my parents said? That's those people. Those are those people. We're not those people. So it is not just small-minded America in a specific small-minded town. It's just some people, most parents, I think, said something like that to their kids. Male attention was great, and my teachers were hot, hot, hot. No, she just said hot once. My fantasies went wild about teacher-student affairs. They always fascinated me, and for the first time in my life, men wanted to be around me and wanted me to be with them, and not just for holidays and summers. And let's not forget, we are in the 8th grade. Oh my God. Special number 2, stepdad number 2, had left, and this time he served my mom with divorce papers. So I was getting more attention from my mom, attention from kids and teachers at school, and attention from my dad through his online shopping for me. I remember he had the credit card number memorized when I asked him to order me stuff. I'd be on the phone with him while he was placing the order, and it made me so happy. I wasn't the fat girl anymore or Nick's little sister. I was Trish. I was Trish with money. 8th grade. Trish with the Hollywood life. Trish with the connections. I also did local pageants, and my mom got me in the local papers by paying $50 or so. In hillbilly land, that was famous. I had made it. So life was great, grand, and good, or at least I pretended it was until the holidays. 8th grade. I wanted to read more, but that's it. Oh my God, we got through this. That's chapter 2, you guys. Oh my gosh, I really like that chapter. I want to know how you think these first 2 chapters have shaped her to become some of what she is today. Of course, we've got chapter 3 to look forward to, the evil stepmom, but we've done 2 really telling chapters. So let me know how you think TRISHA Paytas's mind was processing everything that was happening to her as a child, as abandonment, or processing everything so negatively. When we look at it from the outside, so far it wasn't that bad, except for what she was experiencing at home. Her mother walking around with just her, it was worse. I used to say with just her panties on with her top off, but I got it confused, didn't I? The mother was walking around with a t-shirt on with no bra and no underwear, right? And we got that in chapter 1. Anyways, let me know what you think of this. This is Moonlight Mason. This is, I am signing out, and I will see you in chapter 3. I hope you're enjoying this.